5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Flat right over crest into flat left.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. 321 go, 321 rally. Today, not the rally car, but we are going to work on something related to rally. What it is today that we're going to be working on is the tow vehicle. So, from time to time, you may need to, service everything else or service other things. And today, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the 2012 Pathfinder that I use for my tow vehicle. It has thrown a code for me about driver's side bank cam sensor problems or reading or whatever. It's a fairly common issue. I got the parts for it. I'm also going to do a spark plugs while I'm at it, because it'll be easier, at least I think, in order to be able to get to the cam sensors. They're on the back of the head, back towards the firewall on a 2012 Pathfinder. I'm going to try and do the spark plugs while I'm at it. You have to take the intake manifold off, or at least the upper intake manifold off, to get to the passenger side bank of the spark plugs. So that's going to be what I'm doing today. That's going to be what I'm going to be doing in this video. Is it a bunch? No. Is it something that's general maintenance? Sure, why not? There's going to be a lot of just removing all kinds of stuff. So the intake system from the air filter box all the way to the upper intake manifold, and then removing the upper intake manifold, taping over the top of that so nothing goes in, and then doing spark plugs, and then doing the cam sensors while I've got it off, and then I'll put it all back together. So that's what today's going to be. It's, like I said, it's a little bit different. It's not quite what you need for racing or rally, but if you're a privateer team like I am, where everything is kind of funded by yourself, yeah, this is what you need to do. So this is what we're going to get at today. First things first, before you're going to do anything to a car, you're going to want to take off the battery terminals. I'm going to take both of them off because it's just easier that way. I may even take the whole battery out, so that way there's no mishap or any other problem. So I've already loosened this one, so I can just pull that right up. Now it's time to loosen the positive. Make sure you don't touch anything, otherwise you could spark it between. At least with metal. So next on the list, I'm going to take off the intake pipe right here. Disconnect it from mass airflow sensor. Probably don't need to do that, actually. Just take off from here. So taking off this whole intake pipe piece. Positive crankcase type of hose. Get it back. Grab the hose, twist a bit, make sure it is not stuck on the hose nipple, so I can pull off. Let's go over that way with it. 10 millimeter on these to remove these. is the intake manifold cover. A lot of times these just snap into place, just like that. Got bolts right here to hold this in. And slowly work it out. It's good. There we go. Access to the front and other things. Need to take the throttle connector, the throttle wiring, disconnect, because that's got to come off. There we go. We've got some other hoses that connect to the throttle body. We're not going to remove this one or this one. I'm going to disconnect the throttle body itself and leave it hang here because these hoses have coolant in them. It's to warm up the throttle plates so that way they don't stick in cold weather. Work real carefully around it. There we go. Got it separated. Good. $5mm Allen key. Make sure they seat in there real good. There's no play because you don't want them to separate. Or round it out. That would be worse. Just a little bit. Make sure that's seated in. Good. All right. Good. If I'm careful with it, which I can be since it is a rubber gasket, I will be able to reuse it. The rubber's in good shape. I'll just clean off and reuse the same gasket. A lot of times you may have to get new gaskets for intake pieces like this, but rubbery, it's in good shape, at least for the intake part, or for the throttle body. I'm okay with reusing that one. Got a 12 mil over on the side. Right here, got a 12 millimeter support, or it goes through the support bracket, but this one's also really tightly in there. I don't know what's going on with it. Get a little bit of a extension on it. There we go. Sure, the right bolt was not used for that. Or I should say the correct bolt. Does not look like the correct bolt. I could be wrong. But now, the support bracket's got 2 bolts. It's a little tough to get to things. Now you gotta get on a step ladder. All the work done in the 321 garage. All is just about all hand tools. The fabrication is rough and crude. Mostly works. It gets it there. Good enough for government work. That's what I would call it. Let's see, what do we got here? That is too big. That's a 14-13, too big. I bet a 12 is going to work on that. Yes, it does. To release that from there, we have to pull hoses. So I'm going to pull a vacuum line here. It helps to twist all of these if possible to get them to come off first. And then I can get out of the way. That's attached to there. This whole piece is attached to this, which is a almost looks like a refrigerant line or something. So it follows here, goes down, loops. What are we here? Evaporator service point. Goes into this, which is odd that it goes into there. However, it's going to have to come off so I can get to it. Maybe not there, maybe here. since I'm trying to keep everything good, I want to still utilize the same hoses because they're still in good shape. There's no problem with them. Keep a tight, even back pressure on it and twist it, it'll pop right off of there. That line, got a line here that's going to come off. Ooh, I may have to replace this one. Yep. These vacuum lines look like they're a little bad. There, finally got it off of there. It'll look the greatest, but maybe we'll see. It's kind of cracked. I don't know. That's 12. Wait. Maybe I don't have to take that off. I don't have to remove that. Yay. I don't have to remove that. Yay. My bad. Taking off things I don't need to worry about. The vacuum lines can stay. Not a bad idea, though, to inspect all the things that you're doing. Put it back. If I come up with a leak later, I'll worry about it then. Just need to unhook one line. And there we go. My bad. Taking off things I don't need to worry about. The vacuum lines can stay. Not a bad idea, though, to inspect all the things that you're doing. Put it back. If I come up with a leak later, I'll worry about it then. Just need to unhook one line. And there we go. Is that a 10? That is a 10. Maybe not as many things to disconnect from the intake manifold as I thought. Go loosening things first. Quite make it. Oh, that thing does have to come out of the way. I mean, or does it? Yep, awkward things. Yeah, it's just dead. Oh well, lighting is dead. There. One more in the very back.
whole thing up. Sometimes you gotta sit on stuff. And sometimes you gotta do something else. There we go. When you put your bolts out, come up with a system that works for you on how you can figure out which way they go, where they go. So that way they can go right back in. see if she comes up. What are we missing? Oh. A little bit of rearward pressure, twist. Comes right off. I know what it is. I'm not quite loose with this middle bolt yet. There we go. And it's loose. One more hose in the back. But let me not lose this bolt down the intake. There we go. All right. Let's see what we got here. One more back there. Loose. Should just come right out now. There we go. The tape manifold is off.